Hello, how are you doing today? Today, I want us to talk about one of the questions that I get often asked in most trainings and whenever I have sessions with a number of my clients. They ask this question, especially small businesses. They ask this question: should I promote my posts, or I should just allow them to grow organically? So I shouldn't be boosting my posts or whatever. And the impression that a lot of people have, and this is what you're getting wrong, is that it's a case of either or. In fact, it's not either or, it's and. You need to let your content grow organically, but you also need to promote some content. Okay? Now, there are a couple of reasons why you need to do this, and I'm going to take you through some of the steps that you need to take as a small business to grow your content, to let it reach more people and get a lot more engagement organically, but also where you should begin to promote them. Okay, because you don't also want to put money behind every piece of content. Remember, not every piece of content works. And don't just put money behind anything that you have out there to post. If you do that, you'll be trying to rig it, you're trying to fix it. And remember, you can't cheat social media. Okay? You may get the likes and the numbers that you want, what sometimes we call vanity metrics, but then you won't get real conversion because the content itself is not great. Okay, so let's get through it. All right. Now, the first thing, like I've said, is that it's not a question of either or, it's and. So let's remember that. The next thing I want to say is that remember, online is a crowded space, and the name of the game is pay to play. Let me explain this. It's a crowded space because there are millions. In fact, on Facebook, for example, there are over 2.5 billion accounts. And so you can imagine the number of people in everybody's network, and almost everybody and every business, every account will be screaming and like baiting, wanting attention. So your post will get lost in such a crowded space if it's not content that stands out. Okay. That is why we say it's pay to play. To be able to stand out and get the reach and engagement and conversion that you want, you need to pay. So when you pay Facebook, pay Meta, then they would push your content out there. They will show it to people that you're targeting to see your content. That's why we say it's pay to play. You need to pay to play in the game. All right. Now let's get on. But as small businesses, like I said, you can't really compete in such an environment because you don't have enough money to just to do that. You can't compete with big businesses. Okay. So the starting point is to invest in making sure that your content is great because nothing beats great content. Great content stands out. People like it. They would want more and they would want to share it. And so your content will reach a lot more people organically. You don't have to pay to get that. Okay? Now, this is how I often describe great content. It's relevant, valuable, compelling, disruptive, and shareable. Okay? Let me explain the last two. Disruptive, as in, often we access content on our phones, access social media content on our phones. So we're scrolling from top to bottom, just scrolling past different posts on our timeline. Now, when content is disruptive, it means that when the visitor gets to that post on their timeline, they pause, they stop, they zoom in to look at it closely. If it's a video, they would want to unmute and listen to the audio. That's disruptive content. It disrupts them from their flow. It stops them from scrolling past it. They stop there and would want to take a closer look at that post. So your content should do that to people. Number two, it should be shareable. We have a sharing culture. If we see something that we like, we want to share it with people. We want to share it within our network. We want to share it with people that we know would appreciate that. And it's also a way of just telling people that, hey, me too, I like this kind of thing. Okay? So you have a sharing culture. And what you want to do is make sure that your content is shareable. Okay? content that people can easily share. The last one, I didn't add it to it, but the last one it says that your content should also be packaged in the right format. Okay, some content work best as video, some work best as infographics, some work best even, for example, as reels, some will work as video. So they should be packaged in the right format and shared on the right platform. And even on the right platform within the right space. So for example, on Instagram, there's a difference between stories and reels and even just a normal timeline post. We can get into all of these at some point. But that's what makes your content great. Okay. Now, once you've created great content, what you want to do is encourage your friends, family, loyal customers, and people within your network to share your content. The more people that share your content, the more people it would reach, and the more engagement it will get. So it means the conversion rate will be higher. Okay, and you do all these without paying a peso or paying a cent. Now that's the starting point. What I often say is that as small businesses, you as a small business use your organic content and you analyze the analytics and use that for what we call test and learn. So you identify the posts that are working very well, the content that are working very well, and those are the posts that you want to promote to get a bit more. Okay? So you put money behind posts that are working so you can get more. Don't put posts behind posts that are not working, because the solution is not putting money behind it. The solution is making sure that the content is great to start with. I hope that makes sense. Yeah? So use your organic reach and engagement as a test and learn, like I said, so that you identify the posts that are working and use them to and then promote them so you can get a bit more from that. I hope that settles the question. So like I said from the onset, it's not either promote or let it grow organically. No, it's not either or. It's and. You need to do both to be successful on social media. Thank you for watching this one. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you on the next one.